Welcome to Sounds of Sud. I'm your host, Jasmine. This podcast is for all the music lovers and anyone that wants to learn more about working in the music industry. Bringing you interesting insights and wild stories from DJs to festival organisers, we talk to all of the people behind the scenes that make the magic happen. So make sure to hit subscribe and I'll see you on the dance floor. Hello, KIRK and MØRO. How are you doing?
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Welcome to Australia. What day are you on right now?
Oh, jeez. I haven't a clue.
We're in around 2 weeks since we landed, so
Yeah.
the jet lag's worn off.
And you got to Sydney yesterday.
We flew in there. The plane was a bit delayed, like maybe by an hour or two, but we got there in the end and we went straight to bed and we got inside and yeah, we're ready to go today.
Nice. Where were you before Sydney? What was this last stop?
Perth. We were in Perth for 6-7 days.
Yeah, in Perth for a week. Mero knew a rake of Irish people out there, so they were sound enough to have us in the gaff. And yeah, Perth was fun. Very hot
Really
though.
fun. We were lots of friends, so it was more of like a home away from home. So
Yeah.
we done lots of all the fun activities.
Did a load of things and we did it right. And the gig was cool too. We had a gig there this day last week, and we finished up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so it was hectic enough, but it was kind of weird leaving the club when it was bright because us Irish aren't really used to that, to be honest with you. But
And you both got some nice fair skin as well. So how you doing with the Aussie sun?
oh,
First day we were like, let's go for a walk on the beach. Sat out for like an hour. We just walked back, thought nothing of it. And we were all like, we had a bit red. We were all looking at each other. We were all just so red. We
yeah,
couldn't even sleep that
the
night.
Gold Coast kind of ruined us, to be honest. We went to the beach, as I said.
We learned our lesson that day.
Yeah. We were in bed for like 3 days, just dying, like crisped up, like what?
Yeah.
It's a jet lag as well. So.
Yeah,
I think every Irishman has done it. My boyfriend is Irishman and he's got very fair skin. So I'm like the sun cream police around him.
Oh.
And we went to Byron a few years ago and one of our friends, Kev, who's a redhead, he fell asleep in the pool and he was blistered.
Yeah.
So I get it.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
You,
Afraid of blistering because that doesn't look.
yeah, you learn the hard way over here. Trust me.
Yeah. But once you've done it once, hopefully you shouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so musically, what I must say, why are you guys doing 3 shows in Melbourne and only 1 in Sydney?
I don't know. It's just kind of the way it worked out, really. Obviously, we would have liked more in Sydney, but we'll give it our all tonight and like put all of our eggs into one
Yeah,
basket.
first Oz tour as well, so we kind of got what we could get. But being over here this year, we're hoping to come back next year and do more shows in more places and just
Yeah, try and get our name out there, do a bit of networking, try and get involved with the Aussies, like myself and Ben. Yeah,
the Aussies are similar to the Irish like music taste, so it should be exciting to come back out next year and do more shows.
we've been talking to the Aussies for maybe, I've been talking to them for about 10 years now. And it's kind of surreal meeting them in the clubs and all, going like, Jesus, like I've actually been talking to you for so long now, and you come across them and you're like, this doesn't even feel real, like,
Like actual individual people you're talking
Yeah,
about?
just like
Oh, wow.
artists and stuff, people I've been looking up to in the past, and
Media, like.
now they're like, going to our gigs, which is just a complete flip, and it's just so weird, but it's cool. It's a cool experience. Love this country.
What kind of Aussie names are you referring to? Is it anyone like we would know? Or?
There's a fella in Melbourne called Rory. His DJ name was Y-Roar. He'd be big enough artist. He has like a big following for maybe 10 years now, and I met him in Adelaide, and it was just kind of surreal, considering I was talking to him for so long, and I have a collab with him as well. So, when I met him in person, it was cool. Like,
And now in Melbourne, we're going to be like, I used to watch, say, Will Sparks' tutorials on YouTube on how to make music, like when I started out, and now we're playing when on the stage in Melbourne. It's just
yeah, like I'll be handing over
kind of insane, like.
we'll be handing over the headphones to Will Sparks, and it's just kind of surreal for us, considering they were our idols growing up. Like,
It's wild because Will Sparks is actually playing in Sydney tonight at the venue I work in. That was
Savage,
yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
We're also playing with Timmy Trumpet and Restricted, 2 more artists who we definitely look up to, like 2 massive artists in the scenes.
Yeah, probably like they're the biggest boys and all. It's really
Insane.
yeah. Very nervous, but nothing that we can't kind of tackle. It'll be grand. Like,
Yeah, well, good. Well, congratulations on the opportunity, and I'm hoping it's all going to go well. So, with the kind of names that you just dropped there, I would say you're more down the hard style route.
yeah, kind of old school hard style.
Yeah,
like
kind of transy as well, though. I like my big vocals and euphoric kind of sounds as
Yeah.
well.
so, kind of integrating the sort of like European sound with the Aussie sound.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a mix up of like just pure madness, but it seems to be working for the 2 of us anyway.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of just a ball of madness, but it's going well.
High
It's like-
energy.
it's high energy.
And is there any Australian festivals you've got your eye on if you were to come back that you'd like to play at?
Dream State and what was that one with all the doof sticks?
There's
Oh.
that's an Aussie
No.
thing.
BTV.
Beyond the Valley.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the
Valley,
one.
yeah.
I'd love to play at that.
Sick.
A few of our tunes got played at and stuff there.
Every festival has doof sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're very fun. They're very fun. And so the people who own BTV, they also own one called Pitch Music and Arts that's actually in like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's really cool. And how do you know each other? Are you like because you're obviously playing your own sets, but then you're doing back to back. What's the story here?
Yeah,
What's the
so
dynamic?
we were kind of thrown into the mix there. I joined an agency, Bumble. That's my agency now. Kind of the end of summer last year, and Ben.
I'd already been a part of it. I was one of their first artists that they got on, so everyone kind of joined after me, and I just got to know everyone through the agency kind of. And Kirk flew in out of nowhere. I used to love all his tunes, and I was delighted when he got signed to Bumble as well.
He was kind of like a goal of mine. They're like one of the biggest in the country, and Luke, our cameraman, shout out Luke.
Shout out, Luke.
Cameraman never dies.
He was kind of scouted by the lads as well for the filming and all the content creation and all for the collective. And I'd be friends with Luke. So Luke kind of put in a good word for me. So again, shout out Luke. It kind of worked out in the end. And yeah, we kind of joined roughly the same time. And then that's where I met all the lads. So we've been like going around the country together, doing a few back-to-backs, kind of on the same.
I played in Glasgow, played in a few spots together in touring as well. So
kind of going to different countries and stuff. It's been crazy the past 6 months, 8 months has just been hectic out. It's
like life-changing overnight kind of feeling, or
to me it was anyway. Like to me it was, because I've been making music for 10 years. I only started doing it seriously the past 2 years, and you know, getting on a plane and flying out to DJ somewhere else, like that's not your hometown, is a pretty surreal feeling. Like it's
sometimes it's hard
crazy
to step back and look at how far you've actually come. Like I'm always hungrier just to do more and bigger, just always chasing that goal of getting further on.
Yeah.
When you step back and look how far you've come, like it's nuts at the same time.
Like when do you make it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day. When have you made it?
yeah, when are you happy? It's funny you should say that, because I posted a reel just the other day of my friend Nats, who's a big up-and-coming DJ in Sydney. And the bit of the reel I posted of her saying, you have to enjoy the journey. It's not all about the destination. You just need to sit back, relax, and look how far you've come.
Yeah.
You need to remember to take those moments and not just be under so much pressure. Even me with this, like, I'm just constantly just scrutinizing myself so much and trying to go more and more. But actually, it's like, fucking hell, like, I've done everything by myself. It's so hard, you know?
You sit down and actually think about it. You're like, wow, I've done a lot.
But it's all these like smaller gigs, you know, all these kind of like, oh, let's go to the back arse of nowhere and play a gig to maybe 10 people. We all have to do it, but it's about the come up, and it's about the journey, and
Does it at the start, you know, and then you just have to keep building and building.
that's it. That's it.
I really like it when artists continue to do that. Like James Hype is on a small venue tour right now, or he was a while ago, whenever. And he was saying, you know, just for A, you get so used to playing to those big crowds, but also from like to give back to the smaller venues that,
Absolutely.
you know. And
Yeah, he's doing that as well around Ireland and the UK. That's a sick idea.
then in terms of Australia, you guys said you've never been here before. This is your first time. So again,
I
welcome.
was 3, but I can't really remember that.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a minute ago. Well, that's probably what, 5 years ago for you?
So what would be something that surprised you the most since you've been here?
It's actually surpassed my expectations. Like, you always hear of like, oh, Australia this, Australia that, especially back at home with all the people coming out here and stuff. But like, it's better than what you think.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cool country. The people are sound.
The food, I was scared about the food. The food is banging. It's very similar to home. Usually when you go abroad, the food's just so different.
Yeah.
It's grand here.
It's kind of like home away from home almost. It feels good.
Plenty of
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would feel like a home away from home for you for sure. There's an Irish pub, like I think there's so many, literally. So you can get definitely some good grub. But it's also great to open yourself up to different cultures and stuff.
100%.
But you can also come here and live a very comfortable Irish style life if you want
100%.
to. You know?
I don't want to go home now, to be honest with you. Like, we don't want to go home at all. But
We'll be back.
we want to be back. Like, we want to come back here. Like,
Definitely.
it's kind of where we want to be. Like, it's a cool spot. The scene is kind of exploding at the minute over here too. It's booming. So that's kind of good news for us, really. Like, you know.
So we had a bit of bucket list. So you want to play at potentially Beyond the Valley and Dream State. That would be cool. And then is there any like Aussie artists other than the ones you mentioned, or that they're fine, that you'd love to come over and do like back-to-backs with or produce with?
Jesus. Restricted would be a cool one.
It'd be a huge one. Like
Have a collab coming out with Restricted. Yeah, have a collab coming out with Restricted. So that's definitely on the cards. We've been talking back and forth for like a year now.
I watched his videos like on TikTok and all. He was really ahead of time with like promotion and all. Like, when I started making music 4 or 5 years ago, he was always making videos. So that's how he got so big, I think.
Yeah.
And making edits as well. So I'd take a page out of his book.
Yeah, he's exploding at the minute too. I mean, like, that fella's doing it right at the minute, touring the world. He's just a bit of an inspiration at the minute, so definitely Restricted anyway. But yeah, even the older boys like Will Sparks and the OGs.
Literally the lads we're playing with.
Yeah, like
they are
we're playing with them. I mean, like, I can't really say much more.
crazy.
Yeah, we're buzzing as it is, but yeah.
There's also loads of like smaller DJs coming out of Australia, like
3 a.m. disco.
Friends 3 a.m. disco. Don't know where he's even from, but He's under the same agency as me, and we're both actually playing at Tomorrowland this year. So that's like a huge milestone for us.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
It's absolutely massive. Congratulations. That's very exciting. So that's in European summer, I assume.
It's in June. I think it's June. Yeah.
Yeah,
June.
nice. Cool. Anything else on the Aussie side of things?
Oh, let's just have fun.
Yes.
The tour.
Yeah, honest to God, like we're just looking forward to tonight. We're looking forward to Sydney because we've heard like nothing but good things about Sydney.
This club looks sick. It's very good.
Yeah. Do you know what? We can't even say anything bad about like any of our trips so far.
No, it's been
Like
sick.
every place we've been in all so far has been unbelievable.
The way they look after artists in Australia as well is very good. They're on the ball.
They do it right.
Yeah,
sure.
that's interesting because I obviously only have one experience of doing that, and that's the venue I work in as well as doing this. But it's nice to know that it's part of the Aussie culture in general. It's all very well organised and every.
Look after their artists,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then you've got to give back because at the end of the day, as much as it's a cool job, I heard Dom Dollar say in an interview before, he was just like, it can be you're obviously together, but it can be incredibly lonely just bouncing around. That's
For sure.
I haven't done like crazy amounts of touring, but last year I was doing lots of like the smaller clubs in Ireland, and I don't drive, and I was going on my own everywhere. So it's just in public transport around the country on my own, like during the weeks. And just not lonely, but just like be long days, just straight to the club on your own.
Kind of killing a bit of time and stuff, wouldn't you? Like go get something to eat by yourself, eating lonely McDonald's.
I can only imagine how hard it would be, like traveling to different countries, continents.
I've had the look of
It's where you kind of build, you get used to it over time.
yeah, absolutely. But I've had the look of my girlfriend being my number one supporter. She's like come to all my gigs. She do want to come to my gigs. She's been like flying around the world with me and stuff. No, she's not. So unfortunately, she's not. Yeah, it was a bit. It was kind of awkward enough. She couldn't come in the end, but she's still ringing me every day. Fucking, try to keep me updated with her and stuff. But yeah, like I haven't been like too lonely yet because Monica's been there for all my gigs. So shout out Monica as well.
Yeah, nice one, Monica. So all sounds very exciting. Just do a couple of quick fire questions. I'm going to try and mash into my editing.
Here we go.
Okay. And sorry if they're shit. Okay, if you were stuck on a desert island and you could listen to one record for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, probably like original Gigi D'Agostino, like the old school trance. Like man, that was goated.
Like some Bob Marley or something, like just chilling on an island.
Yeah, even just like doesn't even have to be. Yeah,
just probably chilling. Yeah.
Bob Marley. All right, cool. And then, are we most likely to find you guys at pre-drinks or an after party?
Oh God, after party for sure. Unfortunately, I don't mean to admit it now, but we're kind of an after sort of crew, to be honest with you. If you look at my T-shirt, it says "Do not invite us to an afters." So I like to ask them to fit, and as you could probably
Find us at both though. However.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're playing, you obviously wouldn't necessarily pre-drink. But for me, I'm the same. I'm a big after party kind of girl. I get massive FOMO. I don't know when to go home. That's all part of the fun. One more. What's your pet peeve when you're DJing?
Probably like
Song
people.
requests.
Yeah, I mean like
Lady Gaga, like happy. Will you play Happy Birthday for my friend and you're in a techno club?
yeah.
What do you mean? Will you play Happy Birthday?
Or when you're just in the middle of a transition and you're trying to focus and like there's like people like doing this, like trying to hang out with you, you're like, give me a fucking minute, give me a second. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, just a few bits like that, but like you don't really care.
It's not really that deep.
No.
That's deep. It can be annoying, like.
Yeah.
And then the real question, I suppose, but you haven't obviously finished the tour. If you were to move to Australia tomorrow, of all the places you've been so far, where would you reside?
Well, for me, because I have lots of friends in Perth, so it'll be more of like I'm home away from home, as I said. So I know lots of people out there. But yeah, definitely Perth.
I haven't been to Melbourne yet, so I can't really answer that.
I'd say Perth. But
I know a few people in Melbourne. I know a few people in Brisbane, but I don't know. Perth was class as well. I'd move fucking anywhere, to be honest with you. This is a cool spot too. Like Sydney's cool too. I know a few people here as well. So
still have to explore.
Yeah, sounds like we've got some work to do because Sydney is definitely the best. Yeah. Definitely the best.
I've heard.
All right, lads. Is there anything else you want to capture on the?
Just about tonight. Wasn't to play here. It's a cool little venue.
Sure.
So sorry, I didn't even say. So we're in the Flinders, or pretty iconic old school club. I love the cage. It's very I don't know what the word is. Very, very raw. Yeah, certainly is very raw.
Do you know what it looks like from outside? Do you ever go to like a theme park and none of them haunted houses?
Yeah,
it looks like one of them.
That's exactly.
It looks like it's kind of mad looking on the outside. You're just short of one of them trains going around the fucking outside of it. Like, but it's cool. The dingier the better. This is definitely living up to the expectations anyway.
Yeah, no, sounds good. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely picking up that vibe.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that scary during the day. All right. Well, I hope your sets go amazing tonight. Do you have any rituals when you DJ before or after?
Rituals.
Not really.
Not-
yeah. Anyway,
Not quite, no. Get to the club kind of, an hour or two early, have a few drinks.
have a drink or two.
few looseners.
Settle the nerves.
Have 3 drinks before the after party.
Yeah, literally. They're long nights, but...
Yeah, cool. All right, that sounds good. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Australia tour, and we'll hope to see you on the big stage next year at BTB.
That's the plan.
Thanks, lads.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Woo!
Fun.